The ruins? You weren't joking when you said it was a hike.
Yes. This is where our ancestors are said to have once lived. Our true roots lie here, dating back to an age far older than our village.
Your roots?
The duty that we cleave to, the weapons and technologies that we wield, they all stem from this place, Old Sagitta, our ancestral home. These days, however, it's little more than a nest for monsters. Are you afraid, son?
You're going to be chief of the village someday, isn't that right?
I guess so. That is what Grandpa Sirius and all the other grown-ups say. But my dad does not seem too happy about it. He doesn't?
Mind you, I have no doubt that my boy will one day be a strong and wise leader for our people. And I couldn't ask for more, as the man so blessed as to take our elder's lovely daughter as his wife. But as father to my son, I don't want him to grow up feeling bound by the expectations of others. I would have him see the world outside, learn and experience many things, and find his own path in life. That's the advice I would give him, from one man to another.
But what about the duty of the Sagitta?
My people value their duty. But will my boy always feel the same? Must he? If my son has experiences, sees things that cause him to question our duty, I don't think this would be such a bad thing. Of course, if his reasons for doing so were half-hearted, I'd have no choice but to oppose him as a Sagitta. But if he held his beliefs strong and was willing to fight, to sacrifice himself for them, no matter who opposed him, I would want to accept those beliefs. Not as a Sagitta, but as his father.
Papa, shouldn't we get back to the village? I was supposed to be on lookout duty.
And so you were. I suppose that's the end of my tour then.
What? You're not showing us all the way through the ruins?
This is as far as we'll go today. I just wanted Procyon to see this place with his own eyes. At least once. I will do what I can to dissuade the Elder from firing the SP cannon before you return. But you should hurry.
Thank you, Mr. Lotus. You've been a great help.
I wonder if Father felt the same way. Procyon's lucky to have such an open and understanding father.
Yes, very lucky indeed. look at this tablet.
There's something inscribed on it in my language. Or rather, the language of the Sagitta.
It looks really ancient. The words are completely worn away in places.
I'll translate the bits that I can read. Let's see now.
Spatio-temporal compass?
That sounds an awful lot like the compass Professor Norsen was talking about. That's as much as I can read. The rest is illegible.
Don't worry about it. There may be other tablets in better condition. Let's find them. It's ready. First up is roast chicken breast in garlic butter sauce. Ooh, that sounds good, especially with rice. Second is a ginger glazed pork tenderloin with extra gravy.
Très magnifique! A true feast!
I also made whitefish marinade with red peppers and spicy cucumber pickles.
That sounds absolutely heavenly. With a bowl of rice on the side. Yep, I'll definitely be wanting rice with that. Make mine an extra large, please, Chef.
About that.
Come on already, I'm starving! Bring on the rice!
I don't have any.
Enough joking around already.
I'm serious. No rice.
Are you out of your mind? What do you mean, no rice? You make all those dishes that go perfect with rice, and you forget to boil any?
Well, I didn't forget. We just didn't have any in the stores.
Then why didn't you buy some, you dummy?
Well, I checked before I went to the market, and we had plenty, I swear. The sack was nearly full.
Pourquoi?
When Magnolia cooked the other day, remember? Rice on rice with a side of rice. Right. Idia kept asking for seconds, and thirds, and fourths.
Well, excuse me for appreciating a good meal. Anyway, let's see how you did. Oh, wow, garlic butter sauce? Oh, so good. This ginger pork, oh la la, it melts in the mouth.
The red pepper marinade is great. Sweet, sour, and tart.
Oh, and look at this. Whole garlic cloves in the pickled cucumbers. Amazing.
It is good, isn't it? Okay, so there's no rice, but I baked croissants.
Pardon me, Master Yu. Would you have any Gatlaio Dijon?
another tablet.
Let's see what I can read. That's where the inscription ends.
So somehow, the compass eventually found its way to Ansheim. All these years and years later. It's interesting, for sure, but I don't think it's going to help us save Agnes. Right. What we need now is a way to get to the Skyhold.
There may be tablets with more useful information. Let's keep looking. This tablet says... He was still so young.
And yet, this isn't gonna help us fly to the Skyhold either.
Hold it together, you. Nobody likes a whiner.
Yes, ma'am.
The Buster ship? Could that be?
We're moving on, Magnolia.
Coming!
to be a record of the many inventions Altair was responsible for.
This whole list? This Altair guy must have been a real genius.
What do you think, Magnolia? Is there anything useful here?
Well, let me see. Soft-boiled egg cooker, pressure cooker, sewing machine, safety razor. I suppose this section is all household goods? Stethoscope, anesthetics, artificial limbs, microscopes. These must be his contributions to medicine. The suspension bridge, windmills, water wheels, threshing machines, furnaces, dock designs, sailing vessels, cruise ships. My. Gunpowder, small firearms, automatic weapons, torpedoes, armored vehicles, battleships. I feel like we're getting warm here. Here, what about this? The airborne battleship Sagittarius.
Airborne battleship? He invented that too?
That's what it says. And also that it was newly deployed to Old Sagitta.
If we can get our hands on this battleship, we can get to the Skyhold.
Let's return to the village and see if Mr. Lotus knows anything about it.
You're back.
Mr. Lotus, the SP cannon hasn't...
Don't worry. The Skyhole is still hiding, and the cannon remains unused.
Thank goodness.
And how was your expedition? Did you find anything of use?
One of the tablets deep in the ruins spoke of an airborne battleship. We think it might be able to help us get to the Skyhold. Do you know anything about it?
An airborne battleship? Of course I know it.
You do? Is it here in the village?
You're looking right at it. The SP cannon there is one part of it.
The SP cannon is... Wait, one part of it?
Yes, it's all that remains of the once great battleship Sagittarius. Legend has it that the SP cannon served as its main battery. But the Sagittarius lost its flight capabilities generations ago. Now it's all we can do to keep it floating here.
I see. Oh well.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. You must be tired. Why not take it easy tonight? The ball and the Empire are quiet. Stay here in our village and recover your spirits with a good night's sleep.
It's true. I am feeling exhausted.
I'm sorry, everyone. I made us wander around those ruins for nothing.
You? No, I didn't mean...
Don't sweat it, you. We'll think of another way tomorrow.
Everyone's finally asleep. Now's my chance.
Going somewhere, you?
What? Magnolia, weren't you sleeping?
Isn't the better question what you're doing? Sneaking about alone like this?
No. Well, there's something I had to check. This passageway is the only part of the village that we haven't explored.
That's true. But why now? It's the middle of the night.
Because it's the middle of the night. I don't want anyone to ward us off.
You're hopeless. Which means I'll just have to help you along.
You will?
Of course. Every good spy needs some backup. I can't just let you go wandering into danger on your own, can I?
And I didn't want to put you in danger.
Well?
Never mind. I'm glad you're here. I was just thinking how nice it is to always have some help.
It is nice, isn't it?
Thanks, Magnolia. Shall we then?
After you.
I've been thinking, we've been desperate to find a way to fly, yet I can't help but feel like the answer's been staring us in the face all this time.
Go on.
Remember what Tiz said when we first got here? The village itself.
It's floating.
Exactly. Something is keeping this village afloat.
Like a great sky stone.
Or some massive perpetual motion machine. Whatever it is, this is the only part of the village they haven't shown us.
Right. It has to be here.
What is this?
A singularly large sky stone? Or something else entirely?
I'm not sure either, but it looks important. It must have something to do with keeping this village afloat. Let's take a closer look. First, we'll need to get it down from this pedestal.
Wait! If this sphere really is keeping the village afloat...
Whoops, you're right. We could send the whole place crashing to the ground. I'll lift it just a bit. If anything goes wrong, we'll put it right back. Okay?
All right, let's try.
Here goes nothing. Heave. Ho! How does it look?
We seem to be safe.
Great. And this sphere? Any markings or anything?
Nothing. It's smooth as an egg.
Another dead end.
I'm afraid so.
And here I thought we were onto something.
Don't sound so down. We just got here.
You're right. Let's keep looking. What do you think this is?
Some kind of machine?
I think it may be broken. It's not doing anything. Whoa, it's glowing. Maybe this is what's keeping the village afloat.
The light's so warm. Maybe if we shine the light on some key item. As if...
Magnolia, you're a genius.
I am?
I remember reading somewhere that sky stones need to be warm to float.
Do they?
That sphere we found, the one on the pedestal. Maybe if we put it in the light of this machine and heat it up...
I think you're onto something.
How does it look?
It's getting warmer.
Look, a message is appearing. Can you read it?
Let's see. SP distributor performance normal. No anomalies detected. SP distributor? You, over there.
Look at all of them. Wait, there's something written on the shelf.
Hang on. Make sure distributors have been inspected properly before connection to SP tank cables.
So this machine is...
There's writing on the back of it as well. SP Distributor Inspector. Model Bunpine Beta 006.
So these spheres are just for the cables attached to those beds. Not again.
I'm sorry for getting your hopes up like that. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Oh, don't say that, Magnolia. Thanks to you, we now know the spheres aren't what we need. No effort is wasted effort. Let's keep at it.
You!
Follow me.
Right behind you.
A pool of water. Are they storing rainwater?
Maybe if we tried sprinkling this water on something?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Well then.
But if all it took was water, rainy days would make for some high-flying adventures.
And if a drought came, look out below. Seems our hypothesis doesn't pass muster. And here I thought we had it.
I think we've both been thinking too hard. Why don't we give ourselves a little break?
Yes, let's. Enjoying yourself? Your eyes are almost dancing.
You bet. Making hypotheses, gathering data, it reminds me of when I wanted to be a scholar. Though I gave up on that a long time ago.
After what happened to your brother?
Yeah. I don't regret becoming a knight, of course. Saving Her Holiness means everything. I truly believe in this mission.
I believe in you. You're always so earnest. And your optimism is so encouraging to me. This whole time, ever since we first met. Do you remember when you gave me this flower?
Of course. When you started crying like that, boy, was I surprised.
You see, on the moon, when a man gives a woman a flower, it comes with the promise, I will protect you for as long as we both live. Over time, it came to be taken as a marriage proposal.
Really? So that's why...
It's all right, I understand. I know you didn't mean it that way. But at that moment, when I found myself alone and afraid in a strange new world, your flower gave me so much strength, more than you'll ever know. I know it was was my mistake, but the courage you gave me was real. I was ready to fight again, to stand up again. You were like the sun to me, that day and every day since.
Magnolia, me too. Having you here has meant so much to me. You've also given me courage. Who knows where I'd be without you? Together, we'll save Agnes. We'll defeat the Kaiser, the Ball. We'll see our mission through, and it'll be...
Bien sûr, our coup de gravy.
But first, we'll need to find out the secret of this floating village.
Right, let's get back to it. You're looking at the wall.
I am.
No way!
I don't know, but at this point, we can't leave any stone unturned. Nothing?
What about that up there?
Part of the ceiling is ready to come off? Let's check it out. I'm covered in dust. Nope, nothing.
Hey, you? Never mind.
What is it?
I just thought, what about the scratches carved into this stone? But maybe not, huh?
Scratches? Let me see. Yeah, I don't think this is anything, but good catch. Theoretically, if this had been the object of some enchantment, that could have left behind these kinds of markings. I never would have even thought to check, so it's perfect that you notice these things. If anything else catches your eye, don't keep it to yourself, okay?
You got it.
Splendid teamwork, my young friends. Like two tomato plants sown in sere land, so too will your passion bear sweet, sweet fruit. Roots intertwine, growing ever deeper, searching for vital moisture in the midst of drought. It's the very image of the passion that drives you to uncover buried secrets and the bonds that tie the two of you together. Dig deeper and thrive, my seedlings. The answers you seek are but around the corner.
That voice! The man with the purple pen!
It came from that way. Come on, Magnolia. Huh? Is that? I'm gonna go check something out. You stay here, Magnolia. It's too dangerous.
But aren't you terrible with heights?
I'll be fine. Trust me. See? Good as gravy. Besides, the mission comes first. Oh, just don't look down. All right, you're mine. There's a nice crack. Just a few more hits and... And I almost had it. Come loose, you stupid rock. Take that and that.
What are you doing? Be careful.
This stone is mine. Magnolia! But why?
You told me to trust you, right?
But still... There! That's it! found it! Magnolia, we really found it! The secret was on the walls outside!
I love us! We really did it, you!
But what were you thinking jumping after me like that?
I knew I'd be safe. Because I trust you. You?
Magnolia?
Congratulations!
Magnolia! Oh, how could you leave me? I woke up and everybody was gone! And just what were you two up to in the middle of the night?
We saw him! The man with the purple pen!
Purple pen?
We think he went that way. We have to catch him!
We do? But what about... Oh, all right.
Is that the man with the purple pen?
What? No, that's...
Finally we meet, my young friends. My name is Altair.
Huh? You mean you aren't Tiz?
J'exige de savoir la vérité! What have you done with Tiz?
Worry not. I have done young Tiz no harm. I am merely borrowing his body, that I might speak with you face to face. First of all, congratulations on rediscovering the Levistone. I had thought to tell you myself, but you and Magnolia here have saved me that trouble. Then, there was one other matter. Yes, the true objective of the man you know is Kaiser Oblivion.
The Kaiser's true objective?
You mean there's more to his plan than breaking the boundary between worlds?
I mean precisely that. All of the information I have gathered has led me to that conclusion. My hypothesis is that the Kaiser is, in fact, attempting to...
Who goes there? How did you find this place?
An intruder! Seize him at once!
A scream? Something is happening down there. Our conversation will have to wait. We must hurry.
Of course.
Identify yourself, scoundrel!
So you are the ones who fired upon this Skyhold. Skyhold? I know of no such thing. You are a liar, and a poor one at that. Eugene Olja and his friends led me to this place. I was very right to let them run free. As for your impressive cannon, allow me to see to that.
Stop! The SP tank!
SP tank? Why so desperate? Is this tank rather important to your cannon?
That tank holds the SP of generations and generations of our people.
Does it now? All the more reason to destroy it. And each and every one of you!
Get out of here, you two. We'll take it from here.
Forgive us!
So you appear. How very expedient. The tank, the cannon, and you. What a neat quarry.
I did not expect such a crisis while young Tiz was sleeping. But so be it. My strength is yours. I fight at your side.
Ready yourself.
You have skill, but it is pointless. Undo!
It's no good! We can't beat him! We have to keep fighting! Sooner or later...
Sooner or later what? Every strike, every wound, it will be as if they never happened. All you can do is pray. Pray for a merciful death.
At this rate, we will exhaust our stamina. I suppose I must get serious.
What?
His power of undoing is, in essence, a localized manipulation of time. In other words, he can rewind time, if only for a very short period. But such small tricks cannot withstand the true power of time's flow.
The power of time's flow? You mean SP?
But do you think the SP in this hourglass will be enough?
No. Fortunately, we have a far greater resource at hand. Behold, out there!
The tank!
I designed that tank myself, you know. Enter the secret override code and...
Voila! The
SP comes pouring out. This should be the undoing of our foe's undoing. Time is of the essence. Let us strike him down!
What is this place?
What is this I see?
This vision, how can it be? I simply intended to store the power of time as SP. But these are memories of my past. Which means, of course, thoughts and emotions are inseparable from the flow of time itself.
Altair!
Forgive me. We have a battle to fight, don't we?
You believe you can prevent me from using my power? I will not be deceived by your lies! Undo! Undo! Undo!
No. Even in the midst of this great flood of time, he was able to...
But look, his powers aren't as strong as before. This is our chance, everyone. Come on!
Impossible! I cannot fall. Not like this. But if I must, I will take this accursed cannon and your tank with me! Never! Step aside, fool!
Never. This is the greatest relic of my people.
And so you think it is worth your life? That is a price I am willing to pay.
Arrêtez!
What is this? Move, little boy. Have you a death wish too? Do I scare you? Go run in terror, like a good little boy.
I am not going anywhere. You stay away from my papa. Touchez pas mon père. I will not let you.
Very well. Then die as a family.
Procyon!
Inconceivable!
In the nick of time.
Is this the end for me? Rev, my son, may your soul at long last be free. Free from your father's delusions and from the hatred and grief that has bound us both. And
Procyon, are you all right?
Yes.
Listen to me, my young friends. With the SP tank empty, the Sagitta's cannon is useless. Now our only hope to stop the Kaiser lies with you, and you alone.
Speaking of the Kaiser, you said you had a theory about his true objective.
Indeed. I believe, no, I am convinced, the Kaiser intends to unleash the power of the space-time compass. As you know it, the compass of space and time. A relic which has no conceivable use on its own. But when the boundary between worlds is breached, and it is bathed in cosmic light, it grants its bearer the power to transcend the very fabric of space-time.
Impossible! This is the Kaiser's true goal?
I am certain of it. He would use the power of the compass to return to the past and alter the course of history.
But that's...
Hold it right there. If he changes the past, then what happens to this world?
If my theories are correct, it would simply disappear, and a new world would be born in its place. It would be as if this world had simply never happened.
That's preposterous! This world and everyone in it would vanish from existence? We can't let that happen!
I could not agree more, you. And that is precisely why we cannot allow the Kaiser to unleash the compass's power. To protect this world and its people.
Absolutely.
But night gives way to dawn, and our time together must come to an end.
What? Why?
It would seem I can only appear to you at night, when the moon shines bright in the sky. And now I must return this body to young Tiz. Do give him my regards. But before I go, I would leave you with some cherished words of advice. Scenic vistas, like grapes, improve as you go up.
Which means what exactly?
I pray for your victory, friends. Bonne chance!
So that's what happened. I did have some idea, but still.
You mean you could feel his presence?
I knew that something was odd. Like there was someone other than myself inside me. Oh, and there was a letter in my pocket when I woke up. Take a look.
My dear friend Tiz, please forgive me for borrowing your body for the evening. My name is Altair. Once I lived as a man like you do, in a time long forgotten to humanity. Now, only
my soul remains. Until recently, this soul of mine slumbered in a certain stone, that I might attend to some unfinished business in this world. At first, I feared that if I made my presence known, you would try to expunge me from your body. And so I remained silent. But as I traveled with you and your friends, I came to change my mind. It started with a few entries in your diary. Then I began to advise you from out of sight. Young souls struggling bravely against a formidable foe. I just couldn't leave well enough alone. After all, Luxembourg was once my home as well. Though I parted from it in life with some regrets, I do not want to lose this world I once shared with my one true love. Tiz, I am counting on you and your friends. Stop the Kaiser and save our world. P.S. I understand if you choose to have me exorcised at any time.
Kinda feel bad for calling him a stalker.
Do you know where Altair is now, Tiz?
I can't say for sure, but I know I'm not gonna have him exercised or anything like that.
Yeah, not after he's done so much to help us. Oh, good morning, Mr. Lotus, Elder.
You are the saviors of our village. Words cannot suffice to express our gratitude.
Words are more than enough. We only did what we had to do. Well, actually, there is one thing.
If it's in our power to give, just say the word and it is yours. Brilliant! You approve, right, Elder? Naturally, it is the least we can do. The engineer in me can hardly wait.
Oh, it's Her Holiness.
I have terrible news, everyone. The Skyhold is on the move again. It would seem we are headed for the Temple of Water.
Drat! They beat us to the punch again!
All the soldiers are bustling about and... someone's coming! Farewell for now.
Wait till they get a load of the barrier we put up around the water crystal.
This is our chance to deal the Empire a decisive blow. Let's hurry to the temple.
Be safe. I'll get busy on your request while you're away.
Sensation. You don't think...
Impossible. We made sure to get the barrier in place.
I have a bad feeling about this. Quickly, to the altar! Agnes? Agnes? What are you doing?
The light! It's getting stronger!
What is this? She can't be...
The crystal's power! It's gonna overload!
Stop it, Agnes! Can't you see what you're doing? Please, stop!
crystal. It's out of control.
Your Holiness, how could you... Please, don't tell me. You were the one who set out the other crystals too?
Wind, earth, fire, and water makes four.
You're...
Oh, look who showed up. It's been a while. I'm Anna, a fairy in His Majesty's service. Charmed, I'm sure. You couldn't have come at a better time. A few seconds earlier, and you just might have stopped us. But, oh well, that's the way Luxendar crumbles. Come on, Your Holiness. We're off to the border between worlds.
Not so fast. We're not letting you go anywhere.
You know, I thought you might say something like that. Come, Vakuv Kakish. These little children want to play. Yikes!
We're flying, sir! We're really flying! When did you learn how to fly this thing, sir?
I didn't, Private.
I knew it, sir. You're just a natural, sir.
No! I mean, I don't know how to fly it, Private! We just got back from Eisenberg when they strapped us to the back of this thing and said lift off! I thought maybe you were driving it.
Me, sir? I can't even drive an apple cart, sir. Look, Ma, no hands!
Criminy! None of these buttons or levers seem to do anything! It's like this thing is flying itself!
Wowzer! Did you just shoot at someone, sir? With real ammo, sir?
It wasn't me!
Wait, Anna! What have you done to Her Holiness? Eyes up front, you! We've got real trouble here!
Alas, even the strongest weapon is nothing without a strong will to guide it.
Nikolai?
The poor, incompetent beast could only fight until it was reduced to scrap.
I'll have you know, I brought plenty of copper tins this time, sir.
Put a sock in it, Private.
Sir Nikolai, please!
I'm afraid I cannot allow you to pass, Master Yu.
But, Sir Nikolai, Her Holiness is...
I say it once more, for good measure. I cannot allow you to pass.
Careful, you. I've seen eyes like his before. He'll die before he gives in to us. But, Sir Nikolai, why? Why are you fighting for the Kaiser? Are you out for revenge? Like Jan?
Forgive me, Master Yu. You do have the right to know. I fight for the Kaiser to atone for my sins. You heard from Jan, did you not? Of the evil rotting the Crystal Guard from within. Signs of that rot were already evident when I first joined their ranks. I swore an oath with my fellow young knights to strive for change, to restore the Crystal Guard to its former glory and honor. One by one, my brothers fell to temptation, lured away by the promises of the rich, pandering to the wishes of the powerful, until that day, nearly a score of years ago. The seat of the Orthodoxy was captured by an army that had amassed so quickly, it was as if it had formed out of thin air. An army commanded by the man who would go on to establish the modern Duchy of Eternia. The Temple of Earth soon fell into their hands. For a year, we could do nothing. The Orthodoxy's leaders struggled desperately with the question of how to address the threat posed by this fledgling nation. In the end, we were stripped of our arms. The Crystal Guard disbanded in all but name. The political clout and military might that Crystalism once possessed was lost. And yet a part of me felt relief. At last, the rot would be swept from our order. But I was wrong. Oh, how wrong I was. Justice was a farce, perpetuated by those with power, trotted out whenever it would serve their ends. The backlash against any who spoke out against them grew ever more cruel. Bribery and betrayal were our bread and butter. Law, justice, such ideas were worth less than dirt. I did nothing to stop the injustice. The suffering of many is blood on my hands. No matter what I must sacrifice, I will atone for my sins. This is the path I have chosen. And so I beg of you, Master Yu, abandon this struggle. We have the power to rewrite history. This world, all the pain and tragedy, will disappear, and a new and better world will take its place. For the sake of Luxembourg, Master Yu, stand down from this fight.
Curse it all! I was so proud to be in the Crystal Guard, the leader of the 3 Cavaliers. The Crystal Guard was... is?
You! You can't give up now! You!
You choose wisely, Master Yu. In our new world, the Crystal Guard will be reborn as the Honorable Order.
I know this is the right choice. And I choose to carry on. I will not turn back, Sir Nikolai.
You...
Jan was right. When I set out on this path, maybe it was out of some naive sense of duty. But that's not it now. Idia, she may always tease me, but when I needed her most, when I was lost and alone, she took my hand and led me forward. Tis may act all carefree, but he's the first to throw himself on the line when his friends are in danger. He's always there by my side, ready to help without me saying a word. He's like a big brother to me. And Magnolia, her spirit, her energy, her dignity. There's more to her than I could ever know, but I want to learn more. The people who matter most to me are right here, in this world, and you are not going to take them away from me! I'm disgusted by the Crystal Guard's past. I won't deny it. But even still, I'm gonna make it right, here, in this world. By coup de grace or second chances, we will make things better. This is what I'm fighting for, Nikolai. It's It's not just some duty I was tasked with or something to keep up appearances. This is what I truly believe in.
Your strength of will is most admirable, Master Yu. It nigh brings a tear to my eye. And yet, I cannot. I will not back down. I too must fight for what I believe.
Enough of this madness, Nikolai! If you keep fighting, you'll...
I do not fear death, Master Yu. On the contrary, I give myself to it gladly, if it would create a better world. Yes, even if this body breaks, the strength of my will shall carry on. If you truly have the will to press on, Master Yu, then you must be prepared to cut me down.
I'm back and better than ever.
You have grown strong. You, strong of body and strong of will. To think your will would prove stronger than my own. I am devastated. And yet, I've never felt more proud. How quickly boys become men. It brings a tear to my eye. You have grown strong indeed, you. I will say it once more. For good measure, your beliefs, your love for your friends. It is from here that true strength is born. Stay true to them, and you just may bring about the impossible. Stay true, you, and show the world your coup de gravy.
So Nikolai too has fallen.
But think of what we have gained, sire. All 4 crystals running wild, their power spilling forth to tear open the boundaries between worlds. Everything you've worked for, all of your wishes are about to come true.
Yes, here we are, at the end of our journey. Yet all of our companions have been lost to us. Only we are left to celebrate this day.
Alas, this is true. But they gave their lives for your noble cause. Your dream was the dream we all shared. If we make it come true, their sacrifice will not be in vain.
Indeed.
Shall we then? The boundary of worlds awaits.
Not so fast. Don't you count me out.
Jan? You still live.
A little banged up, but yeah, looks that way.
You've done well to return, Jan. Truly, I am gladdened. Let us set forth together to the boundary of worlds.
Yeah, let's do it.
We shall deny the mockery that Luxembourg has become and build a glorious new world in its place.
That light! It's the Holy Pillar! They're about to tear apart the boundary between worlds!
We have to stop them! Look! In the sky! Is that... What? En vol! We're flying! Sakura, how in the world?
It's quite easy. Mr. Lotus taught me all the controls.
No, I mean...
You! Well, how does she look? Fixed her up just like you asked. We melted down the Livingstone, coated the hull with her, and here you have it.
Formidable! That was what you asked him to do?
I'm just glad one of my ideas finally worked.
Nice going. That big brain of yours really is good for something.
But wait a minute. Are we permanently airborne now?
No need to worry. I took care of that problem as well. I worked the material so it only rises when heated. Then I routed the plumbing to carry the water from the baths over the hull. You can take off or land simply by adjusting the flow of hot water.
The baths are always ready, so your ship is always ready. Fly and soak at your leisure.
I can't thank you enough, Mr. Lotus. Now we can storm the Skyhold and make things right.
You're more than an engineer, Lotus. You're a genius!
To think that Luxembourg's science had come so far.
Did you hear that, Agnes? We're on our way! Wow, this place is something else.
Ships piled upon ships, and the whole of it forming a city?
This is Grand Ship, the sinking state. At least that's what people used to call it.
An entire nation built atop a sinking boat?
Yep, a really big boat. Big enough to be its own nation. It was also our airship for a while.
A boat There was a nation that was an airship? Je ne comprends pas.
Wow, sir. That must have been some adventure.
I wonder how our friends at the tavern are doing. We should stop in and say hello. What's with the long faces?
Taxes. Pfft. What else? They're going up next week for the third time this month.
Food, clothes, books, booze, you name it, they're raising the taxes. This country's going to hell in a handbasket if you ask me. What? Wait, I know that face.
Well, look what the waves dragged in. You're looking hale and hearty, my dears.
And you, Dats and Zats, haven't changed a bit.
Well, blow me down. If it ain't Idia, and 'tis too. You had a good long snooze, didn't you?
I can't thank you enough for everything you did for us. It was nothing.
I still can't get over how nothing's changed. The tavern's just like I remember.
It may look that way, but a lot's happened here in Grandship since your last visit.
Aye, a lot indeed.
About a year ago, we ran out of power. There wasn't a spark left. We came down in this crater lake, and we've been bobbing here ever since, like a lonely buoy.
We decided to make the best of it, give up flying around the world, and build a new nation right here.
And you've been here ever since?
That's right. We've taken in refugees, orphans, anybody who needed a roof over their head. We're starting anew, building from the bottom up. The new Grandship Republic. Has a nice ring to it, huh?
Milady, I have returned. I have placed the goods you requested out front. Ah, so you have come too.
Alternus?
Alternus Dim, loyal guardian and holder of the Dark Knight Asterisk. This childhood friend of Idia served her father Brave as a key member of Eternia's Council of Six. He travels the world ceaselessly to carry out the tasks assigned to him by Brave, his mentor and surrogate father. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
Thank you. Once again, you deliver the goods. Where would we be without you? Here, let me give you something. How about a draught of ale on the house?
Thank you. Perhaps later.
A free drink? That man deserves an open tab for life. Sending the Dark Knight of Eternia out on pub errands? Only you would have the nerve.
Ain't that the truth?
Ah, but today's a fine day for a feast. What do you say? How about I whip up one of my specialties?
Now that's what I'm talking about!
Lord of House Geneolja and leader of the Three Cavaliers? At your age? That's mighty impressive.
It's nothing special, really.
Want to hear something even crazier? This lass says she comes from the moon. The moon!
Nice to meet you. Oh, but this is delicious. Seconds, please?
The appetite of the young.
Hey, Mr. Alternus!
Ah, there you are. Here, come sit with us. And here's some piping hot soup for you. And this is from me.
Wow, sketch pads and pencils! These are great! Thanks so much, Mr. Alternus.
You really have a way with kids.
I only help to distribute the nation's handouts, food, stationery, and like. It has made me popular. It is a fine nation, this one. Where else would you see the underprivileged so well taken care of and so happy?
Not many places, for sure.
Did that ever hit the spot?
You can still pack it away, huh, Princess?
Ain't that the truth?
Every time we come here, you treat us to a magnificent feast.
Wait, you mean you never pay for your meals?
Well, no. Though when you put it like that, it kind of makes us sound like we're freeloading. You know, maybe we should pay sometimes. How much do we owe you?
Don't mention it. Seeing your happy faces and full stomachs is all the payment I need.
Oh, come on. Let us pay just this once.
Really? Well, if you insist. Let me see. Plus tax, that comes to, yeah. 1,825,890 with a 10% discount for regulars.
1,800,000 But how?
I told you, didn't I? The taxes here are out of control.
Yeah, but even still. I mean, there must be some mistake.
The tax laws are set by our wise leaders. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
Well, I'm going to lodge a formal complaint. You can pick up the tab.
No, And there she goes.
It's a simple question. Who's responsible for these outrageous taxes?
Yes, yes. As I have tried to explain, tax policy is determined by consensus of the entire council. The council, in turn, is chosen by the collective will of the nation. So, as you see, in a very real sense, everyone is responsible.
But who in their right mind would want taxes so high?
Idia, there is nothing to be gained by browbeating this gentleman. He is but one of many counselors.
But it's ridiculous! Someone has to take responsibility. The waffling is driving me bonkers. This council is just a doddering old bunch of do-nothings.
The poor laws here in Grandship are quite comprehensive. A certain degree of taxation is essential to maintain them.
A certain degree? I just paid 7 figures for 1 meal. Well, you did.
We must look after the orphans and the aged. Or are you suggesting we abandon them? The taxes also pay for the bread and books that I distribute to the children.
Okay, so it's for a good cause. But aren't you taking it a bit too far?
You are not the first to say so. This is why we are beginning to consider major policy reforms.
What?
Yes, a new organization has taken up the cause. Citizens concerned for the nation's coffers, they call themselves. They're holding their inaugural meeting in the old engine room. A number of influential council members will be attending. Should their agenda succeed, we can expect great changes, starting with taxes, which they plan to abolish almost entirely.
Well, that would certainly be good for business. But,
What of the bread and soup I deliver to the children? How will they be fed?
So, what do you think about Datz's story about the gigantic old man?
That has to be Professor Norzen, right?
Enormous troll-like body? Check. Bellowing voice like a cracked bell? Check.
And those attendants in the pointed hats? Sounds like students of Al Campus to me.
And Dad said he kept shouting, "Fools! We must revive Jizz Warrior!"
Speaking of which, what exactly is that soul stone? The one that brought me back.
It was all shiny and shimmery.
It was like it was made of some weird metal. I've never seen anything like it.
It was only 50-50 that it would work, you know. That's what the professor said. I think Professor Norzen saw it all coming. The destruction of our world, the end layer. And he's been thinking about what to do about it for all these years. He's somehow determined that he needed Agnes, Idia, and you, sir.
But I was still asleep then.
True, but he looked at your medical charts and knew he had a chance to bring you back.
If I could run a large instantaneous burst of energy through him, then perhaps...
Well, that's what he said.
So how did he figure out that the soul stone was here in Grandship?
The research team mentioned it in their report, when Grandship first appeared in this world.
So the professor came right away with a group of his students in tow. But in the meantime, the Empire launched its attack and brought down Eternian Central Command.
That's right. I was stuck on my own, so the professor sent Idia. He entrusted the Soul Stone to us so we could use it to revive you, sir.
We'd been trying to find a way, but we never knew there was something like that.
Who knows where it came from, but thanks to its powers, here I am.
I have to say, this Grandship is a very strange place.
According to the proprietress, the nation was born some 3,000 or 4,000 years ago.
Some legends say it was built by pirates.
Ah, that would explain why you can see the remains of old sailing ships and galleys here and there.
That's not the most interesting thing either. Look, over there, and there. This place is full of the same devices and machines as the one we saw in Sagitta. There's only one other place I know that you can see such things in buildings. The moon.
You're saying that Grandship started as an advanced civilization like Sagitta and the moon?
Perhaps. Or perhaps Grandship itself was the original civilization.
Now that would be weird.
Either way, it's kind of odd that Dax gave up so easily once he heard my name.
Gave up? Wait, didn't anyone tell you?
Tell me what?
Zaps was keeping an eye on things from the sidelines. According to him, the professor, moving like Quicksilver, snuck up behind Dax and put him into a sleeper hold. Then he spun him around and performed a textbook avalanche pile driver, full air at the apex and everything.
Wow, that old guy just keeps impressing.
Maybe it was the rampaging professor who grounded the ship in the first place. He's just that amazing.
As Dax would say, ain't that the truth?
ordered this meeting anyway? And why all the way down here?
I hear that some hotshot new counselor has been proposing major tax cuts.
A new counselor? But who?
It was I! Hear ye, hear ye. Councillor Kammer, Minister of Tax, has a new proposal that he would like all of you to hear. Minister Kammer, you have the floor.
Fellow council members, thank you for coming today.
Elec Quentis Kammer VIII, deposed king and holder of the Time Mage Asterisk. Once he sat on the throne of Ansheim, but his evil plots on behalf of the Eternian forces were laid bare by Idia and her allies. He prides himself in his precision and his fame as the Timekeeper King, little realizing that the epithet was meant as an insult. By what strange trick of fate do your paths cross anew?
As you are all aware, our state has no power. Unable to soar through the skies at will, we resign ourselves to this stationary life. You are also aware that in years past, we harvested the bounty of the oceans and lived in plenty on the riches we found. Now our only exports are trinkets and handicrafts hewn from wood that we collect from the forest nearby. Every day our citizens, tools in hand, bow their heads in industrious toil. But the inescapable fact is, our coffers are empty. We can scarce afford even a fifth of our expenditures. Long have we boasted generous poor laws, but if we do not swallow our pride and abolish them, we shall be ruined within the month. As such, I have further refined my tax reduction proposal from last week. Stop pushing! I have enough copies for everyone. I hereby announce that 30 taxes are to be abolished. These include income tax, property tax, food tax, spice tax. Oh! This new policy will immediately increase the gross domestic output of the nation.
Stop right there.
An objection? Yes, what is it?
If those taxes are abolished as you propose, what will happen to our nation's poor laws? Who will look after the children?
The poor laws? Well, naturally, all unnecessary expenses will be cut, including handouts to orphans and the like.
Unnecessary expenses?
Indeed. When the nation's coffers are nearly empty, they are a luxury we can ill afford. Are you aware how much one must pay for a single slice of bread on this ship?
Well,
7,000 pig. Think about that. 7,000 pig for something that can be had for a pittance anywhere else in the realm. Cheese. 8,000 pig. Oh, a can of mackerel? Well, that'll be 9,000, thank you. And a round of ham will cost you a nice round 10,000 pig. What good do those prices do anyone? They're unreasonable, unsustainable. And they're caused by those bloated poor laws that you refuse to give up. Damn the consequences.
The poor laws are this nation's greatest pride. You would say that it is wrong to distribute wealth to those who need it most?
No, I would not say it is wrong. Oh, no. How shall I put it? The poor laws are a poison! Yes, a poison that every day saps the strength of this nation!
A poison? You go too far. I'll hear no more of this fool talk.
You are the fool! Your ideals have blinded you, and you refuse to see the truth. So it falls to me to tear away the blindfold, to lay before you the hard, undeniable facts. You there! Explain to the good knight how many days remain before our coffers run dry.
Oh, yes, let me see. Carry the one and,
Oh, too slow! 14 days, 21 hours, and 52 minutes!
yes, that's it.
To rephrase, in just over 2 weeks, our nation will be bankrupt.
What?
But is there nothing else we can do? Yes, I suppose there is. For example, we could discover a sunken galleon filled to the gunwales with gold, like last month. Or we could beg our neighbors for money, like the month before that. I am an expert in taxes. When it comes to tax theory, I am 1,225 years and 3 months ahead of all of you combined. You there. You are Idia Lee, yes? Daughter of the Grand Marshal of Eternia? The Grand Marshal would raise no fool. Surely you see the logic of my position?
Well, kind of, but...
Tell him, Idia. He would forsake our pride, our honor, our very future just to fill the coffers. And for what? I will not live in a country where the rich grow fat while children starve.
Yes, we can give orphans bread and soup, supply them with pencils, send them to school. But what good does it do if the country they call home collapses under the weight of excess taxation? Why, even as I speak, our national debt has increased by another 3.141592%. Time! Yes, time is of the essence, my friends. We must make a choice, and quickly.
She is the daughter of the Grand Marshal of Eternia? Surely she can help us. She can show us a way out of our predicament. Speak, girl. You have the floor.
Me? Okay. Right. You have to reduce taxes, even if it means abolishing the poor laws.
Idia, not you too! Has this man poisoned your mind?
No, I'm thinking clearly, Alternus. Your poor laws are wonderful. I truly believe that. And I understand why you want to protect them. But they have to be sustainable. Someone has to pay for them. If the country collapses, no one will be protected. What use will your poor laws be then?
You sorely disappoint me, Idia. You would so callously abandon those in need?
It's not like that.
Oh, but it is. If you are prepared to embrace this scoundrel and his inhumane policies, you leave me no choice. I warn you, Idia. Is this your final decision? Then the debate is over, Idia. My sword will speak for the orphans you would abandon. Curse you!
Wait, Alternus!
Wonderful! Your father would be proud of you. Now it's time to put this nation back on its feet. I am already working on a major public works project to repair the engines. Yes, Grand Ship will fly once more.
Don't be ridiculous. You're just as bad as Alternus. You're already talking about building projects? About making Grand Ship fly again? It's too early for that. Your first job is the economy. There's no need to go from one extreme to the other. The middle ground is nice. Try it. You'll need to learn to compromise, to work together, like adults.
Yes, ma'am.
The taxes on foodstuffs were cut to almost nothing. I can't tell you how much easier things are now.
Yeah, since the tax reform, business has been booming all over Grand Ship.
Oh, I'm starving. Me too.
It's too bad about the poor laws, though. The orphans have had a rough time of it.
And what about Alternus?
He hasn't been around much. Not since the engine room meeting. He's been running all over the place, trying to help the orphans.
I guess it's not easy to keep the coffers full and look after the poor at the same time.
Perhaps. And perhaps not?
Huh?
All right, everyone. Time for the Eat Your Fill buffet.
Eat your fill?
Yeah, with the tax cuts, the merchants are finally turning a profit again.
And they've been donating their extra profits to help feed the children. Aw, ain't that sweet?
Wow, that's really generous.
Beg your pardon. I heard there were some children here looking for work.
You bet there are. Right behind you.
Oh, don't you two look keen? If you apprentice with me, I'll pay for your schooling. What do you say?
You got it, mister. We'll work hard and study hard, too.
With the nation's economy improving, people are taking up the slack to look after the kids. Grand Ship should be proud of itself.
I think so, too.
It was all thanks to you, Idia.
Oh, I didn't really do anything. I just said what was on my mind.
Idia, my dear, the food won't last forever, you know. Aren't you going to dig in?
You don't have to ask twice.